1, 2, 3. What's going on again, everybody? Tim's back in the basement. Today we're going to talk about why attitude is a skill and what the heck you can do about it. By the way, I'm trying to figure out, I curse by nature and I'm so apologizing for that. Kind of. I'm trying to figure out, should we bleep those or not bleep those? If you have a thought, please leave it in the comment section. This is very much all a work in progress. My name is Tim, and let's get into it. So, why attitude is a skill, how it can be measured in 7 levels of energy. This is a very, very, very real thing. I hope that you walk away from this video and you're like, wow, I totally see things differently across the board based off of how you can bring yourself to the table in any given moment. And I'm also going to explain it basically in one text message and show you 7 different ways that it can be responded to based off of this entire concept. We all bring one of 7 levels of energy to any given situation or moment. By the way, when my eyes look down, I'm obviously looking here, and then that's also helpful for Sloan to edit this. By the way, I still edit all my own TikToks and Reels. Sloan's helping me out with YouTube. I really want to accelerate everything across the board. Enough with the caveats, Tim. Let's get back at it. Why attitude is a skill and how it can be looked at through 7 levels of energy, and I'm going to explain it in one text, because we all bring one of 7 levels of energy to any given situation or moment. This literally happens all day long. We don't realize it unless we know this, and it can impact everything that we do and decisions that we make. And the concept is basically that level 7 is this highest vibes. It's not super practical all the time. That's the other thing. None of these are right or wrong. So when I say that this is the highest vibes, that's great and it's useful. But if you're getting chased by somebody with a knife, you do not want level 7 energy with the highest vibes. You need level 1, victimhood, apathy. You don't want to be dead ass slow in that situation, but hopefully you get the point. Goes from low levels, which is basically when you are in a negative energy state, to the highest levels. And if you can adjust this accordingly to any given situation, or at least be cognizant of it, it can be wildly powerful. I'm not going to walk through all of this. For IP reasons, I need to say that this is not my image. I studied this. I literally studied this as a class. I am a certified practitioner, I think it's called, of Energy Leadership Index. I've always been curious about the executive coaching space, and so I took this class through something, I actually got the pen on my desk too, through something called iPEC. This is another one of the side hustles off the side of my desk, or an attempt to build off the side of my desk, by teaching myself skills like this, because I already know the corporate landscape like a you-know-what. And now to be able to have this as like a substantial way at the foundation to be able to help teach and pay things forward and get people to wrap their heads around things differently, this is incredibly useful. But the 7 levels start with how you are inward and from a negative energy perspective to this outward. So, absolute passion versus apathy, or anger versus joy. And again, throughout the course of the day, in any given situation, you're going to pull from one of these. How they interact and how you wrap your head around it is going to make a huge difference. Level 1. I'm a victim, I lose. If you feel like you are in a situation where things are happening to you, that's what that means. Level 2, you're angry and you will win at the other person's expense. Level 3, I'm going to win. Hopefully you do too. Level 4, you win always. I love you more. I'll explain all of these in greater detail as we get into it. Level 5, we all win or no one wins. Level 6 is we always win. And level 7 is bliss, because winning and losing are illusions. So, say you get an annoying email at work. A lot of people are going to pull from levels 1 through 3. This is happening to me. I'm a victim of this. I'm angry and I'm going to let you know about it. Or, cool, but I'm going to steamroll you this in the process, right? Like that's the way the corporate America works, unfortunately. And that can happen a lot through the course of any given day. Text from a wife, friend, or partner, hopefully you're pulling from some of the other sides, which is like, cool, love you, man. Hey, I'll pick up whatever on our way to do this fun thing that we're doing. How about this time? That works for everybody, right? Or that place where you're basically trying super hard to appease and you're always in service of others. If you're being mugged, you need level 2. You're angry, you're going to win, and it's going to be at their expense. Right, so hopefully this kind of paints a broader picture of what the options are at any given moment, because a text from a friend, wife, or partner, we're going to use that as a specific example for this. How are you reacting to that? And if you can wrap your head around this one given situation, it also allows me to do it in a reasonable amount of time to keep this video at a shorter length. Then we can get into other situations and I can explain each level at a deeper level and we can expand this series. But I wanted to get this one on the table because I think it can help. And I also think from an awareness perspective, click subscribe, please. I've never really cared about that before, but I really want to build this channel. I want to build it the right way. So tell your friends too. All right, so the situation that we're going to use is one text message. Everyone's got different whatever variables happening in their life. So I'm not going to pretend like this is just for people with kids or just for people in relationships, whatever. So pretend that somebody called, they got some sort of weird message, and you're being asked to go do something immediately. Got it? For me, this would look like, hey, this would be coming from my wife, Kelly, who you all know and adore because she's the best. I love you, Kelly. What this looks like for me. Kelly texts and says, Ev's school just called. She has a fever. I can't pick her up. Can you please go get her? Say this happened when I was still at work. Level 1, the tired victim response would be, of course this is happening now. I've got this huge meeting with the president today. I guess I'm screwed. I'll leave here soon, but I'm going to be getting so much shit for this. Looks terrible that I'm bailing last minute. You can see that happening, right? I've written text response like this. I know you've written text response. I don't know, but I'm going to assume like it's human nature to feel that way when things are happening to us. But there are choices. Let's look at level 2. Level 2 is defiant and angry. Why am I getting stuck with this? You're way closer than I am. This is kind of crap if I'm being honest. You know I have that huge meeting with the president today. I'm going to need to be out a lot more this week now to make up for it. Defiant, angry, already looking for positioning, so to speak. Level 3 is I will win, and hopefully you do too. So in this situation, I'd say I'm on my way, but as soon as you get home, I'm going to have to head back here. Mic drop. Don't care what else is happening. I'll go do the thing, but then God bless, Godspeed, whatever, because I have to go now make up for this. So level 1, let me get that other pie chart back out. Level 1 was victim and lose. 2, angry and looking for retaliation of sorts. 3 was cool, but like I'm going to be a jerk about this and somehow figure out a way to win. Level 4. The compassionate servant. A lot of people that are moving at a fast pace, high performers, etc., are going to be stuck in this one. It's very, very, very difficult to wrap your head around why this is not a good one unless you hear it explained like this. Why being in service of others on a consistent basis, but this will exhaust you. This is a dangerous place to exist on a consistent basis. Obviously, you don't want 1, 2, or 3 on a consistent basis, but just be cognizant. We're never going to settle in any one of these places, but I know that there's a lot of people that are burning out and they feel like they're constantly in service of other people. This can be a tough place if you're stuck here to get out of this place. F school just called. She has a fever. I can't pick her up. Can you please go get her? In this level of energy, you're saying, I will leave immediately. You and her are always the priority. I hope this isn't because I let her stay up a bit later last night. Now I'm blaming myself for this happening. Apologies if that had anything to do with this. Oh, sorry you had to get that call too. Not sure if they tried me or not. Sorry I didn't see an original message from them. And I've done this. Again, all of these I've done in some capacity. I've done this where I'm now looking to take on any additional responsibilities. I'm sensing frustration out of the text for some reason, and I'm just trying to be the compassionate servant across the board. You will burn out if you try to exist in this space for too long. Level 5. We all need to win. This is where it starts to get wonderful. And again, getting chased by a mugger, we all don't need to win. But text from your friend or a wife or a boss or whomever, depending on what the situation is, this one can be a glorious place to reside. Got it. We'll pack up now. Hope she's okay. I had that super important meeting with the president. We'll need a bit of time later so that I can still present to him. That's my air conditioning unit. We'll need a bit of time later so I can still present to him even if I do it from home. But I need you home by 4, please. So making a reasonable ask within this. I'll make sure I've had some Tylenol in her and is resting by then. So I'm addressing the situation. I will go and handle it. I'm asking for something in return because we all need to win with this level of energy, right? So there's more of a let me be calm about it, let me address it, but then let me also figure out ways so that it's not just me being the servant, like in 4, that there's also ways so that you can be in a positive momentum state as well. Level 6, probably my favorite, because this is like literally calm wisdom across the board. You're now thoughtful about all of the variables. On my way, hope she isn't feeling too bad, poor kiddo. So you are empathetic out of the gate. Did the school say anything else about her condition? So you're actually being thoughtful of what do I not know that I need to know? I can stop at the pharmacy on the way if needed. I had that really important presentation for the president today, but I can do that from home. No ask in return. And if my afternoon calendar is going to get rearranged, I can make sure dinner is ready if you can stop to get dry cleaning. So there's even like proactive thought in regards to what are the dominoes that are going to fall because of this situation, and then how am I asking questions and wrapping my head around it the right way so that it can be calm wisdom that's applied over anything else. We went victim, angry, I'm gonna win, you win, we all win, we always win, which is the calm wisdom. Now zero ego, all love. This is the high blissful space. This is amazing for being in a place of creativity, for being in a place of love, for being appreciative of the world on a consistent basis. It's not practical for everything all day long though, but it might be just the right one for this situation. Poor Ev, nothing, I'm sure a bit of rest won't help. Looking forward to letting her fall asleep on me. That's it. All right, so this is from my last one. If you didn't see the last one, it's long, but it has answers to all the questions in it. So hopefully this has all made sense. Hopefully the paper was in frame the whole time too. Shit, Sloan, if it wasn't, I'm sorry, we'll come back. Last thing I'll say, since we're kind of at the deep end, is Colin and Samir. Colin and Samir, if you actually see this, you're watching any of my stuff, that'd be nuts. I know you've seen some of my TikToks and Reels. Samir, that was lovely to meet you at VidCon. That blew my friggin' mind, as I'm sure you could tell. For a multitude of reasons. But since we're at the deep end here, I've got this idea for a drone shot that's going to start these things. If you're seeing this video, you are at the very beginning of what is going to be Mr. Rogers meets corporate America tutorials in a fun way that is going to help change the planet. Not because I'm going to change the planet, but because you're going to change the planet, because it's going to take 10,000 people to change the planet. It's the top 50 at the Fortune 500 companies. It's like a thing that I've top 20. I just screwed all that up. You're at the deep end anyway, who cares? Drone shot, I open the door. Welcome to today's lesson. That's gonna be the intro starting soon. I love you, thank you for being here. And I'm out. I gotta go to the vitamin shop. I'm all out of pre-workout. And Marcus and the Minted boys are so behind on production. I'm trying to figure out, should we those or not those?